Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, January 20th, 2022. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. Had dinner last night with Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace fame and, well, actually my trivia team fame, and we discussed that we hadn't been playing trivia in nearly 2 years because of this damned COVID-19 thing. But anyhow, we chatted about cryptocurrency and NFTs and what the future of tech looks like. I'm not sure I understand anymore, but definitely my needle was moved a little bit. So you want to stay tuned for a deep and techie bonus podcast sometime soon on that one. All right, time for the news, so let's get into it, shall we? The Anne Arundel County Fire Department is investigating a house fire that displaced 9 people and caused about $75,000 worth of damage. On Tuesday at about 2 p.m., neighbors reported flames from the roof of a home in the 3000 block of Sussex Place in Riva. Ironically, the backyard of this home abuts the Riva firehouse. It took about 20 minutes to put it under control by 34 firefighters. No injuries were reported, but firefighters did have to assist 3 residents evacuating the home. There was no smoke detectors in the home, and investigators do believe it to be accidental in nature, having originated in the attic area. The Annapolis Police Department is marking a 2021 murder case as closed. Well, there's still a trial to go, but they have arrested a 17-year-old Washington, D.C. man charged as an adult for the murder of 17-year-old Christian Parada in the 400 block of Captain Circle back on September 10th, 2021. He was located in a detention facility on unrelated charges and was arrested at that location. A Hanover man was sentenced to 8 years in prison for assaulting a sheriff's deputy. Back in April of 2021, deputies tried to serve a warrant on the suspect, Shane Pert, and he locked himself in a room. After deputies made entry, Pert was seen with a sheathed knife and approached the officers, trying to get it unsheathed. He was tased, the knife fell to the floor, Pert fell to the bed, and when deputies tried to handcuff him, he struggled and kicked the officers. He was sentenced to 13 years, but the judge suspended all but 8. Now, I want to point out this is quite a difference in sentencing with an Anne Arundel County officer who assaulted Howard County police officers. He was given probation before judgment, community service, and has to write apology letters. The masks in Anne Arundel County must stay on for now. Yesterday, a circuit court judge refused to issue a restraining order, saying that there was no immediate, substantial, or irreparable harm. So there is a hearing scheduled for an injunction on the 25th, where some harm needs to be shown to get the injunction. And if not successful there, it will go to full trial sometime after the mask order expires, making it sort of a moot point. County Executive Pittman thanked the court for the wisdom in the ruling, saying that 39 people have died over the past week and that few more days will save lives. Now, County Executive candidate Herb McMillan has said that the challenge is not about the masks, but it's about the end run around the council, saying that they circumvented the democratic process. He said that he and the plaintiffs plan to pursue this case to the very end. To be continued. And here's one for the I Told You So column. Yesterday, Comptroller Franchot announced that due to the struggles Marylanders are facing due to COVID-19, he will be extending the deadline to file Maryland personal income taxes until July 15th. This is the 3rd year he has done that. In the announcement, he said that many people are struggling to stay afloat. What he didn't say in the announcement was that he is running for governor in an increasingly tight race and that this new deadline is just a couple weeks after the gubernatorial primary. Again, this is for personal taxes only. Business taxes are still due on the 18th of April. And tonight, the Annapolis Maritime Museum and Park will host the 2nd edition of the 2022 Winter Lecture Series. 7 p.m. online. It's virtual. The cost is $10, but as I always say, membership is a bargain. And at the first mate and above level, which I think is $100, it gets you into these lectures for free. Up tonight, 5 free boys kidnapped into slavery. It's about the reverse underground railroad, which I had no idea was a thing, and how thousands of freed African Americans were brought into slavery. Register online at amaritime.org. And finally, keep the business names coming for our local business spotlights. We're starting up again this Saturday with Encore Creativity for older adults, and this one was actually very surprising to me in quite a few different ways. Send me the names of any organizations or businesses that should be spotlighted. My email is info@eyeonannapolis.net, or you can send me a DM on Twitter @eyeonannapolis. And that's it for the news today. But first, a quick thank you to the sponsors for today's Daily News Brief: Rehab to Perform, Solar Energy Services, and the Kristi Neidhardt Team of Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company. Oh, and don't forget about that contest over on our Facebook page, All Annapolis, for that $250 shopping spree at the Boutique Blowout this weekend with Scout and Molly's and Stardust Deluxe. We'll be picking a winner tomorrow afternoon at noon. Well, it is Thursday, so we have Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace here with your Maker Minutes, and of course, George from DC MDVA Weather is here with your locally forecast weather. All that gets underway in a bit, so hang tight.
Get ready for the biggest boutique blowout you've ever seen. So big that Scout Molly's Annapolis, Stardust Deluxe, and Mid-Atlantic Costume rented a huge warehouse for this event. Be there Saturday and Sunday, the 22nd and 23rd, at Mid-Atlantic Costume in the Cromwell Business Park, Airport Road, Glen Burnie. You know the quality of fashion and accessories they carry, so don't miss this winter boutique blowout event from Scout and Molly's, Stardust Deluxe, and Mid-Atlantic Costume. For more info, visit their Facebook pages today.
Are you an active adult or competitive athlete dealing with an injury keeping you from being at your best? Then Rehab to Perform is here to get you back to your full potential. R2P is a unique fitness-focused physical therapy company with 4 locations in Maryland. More like a training room and a personal training studio than a medical facility. R2P offers physical therapy for lower back pain, overuse injuries, post-surgery, muscle pulls, chronic pain, and more. R2P also offers rehabilitation for concussions and mild traumatic brain injuries. To learn more, visit rehabtoperform.com.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, January 20th. Yesterday was very nice for the Annapolis region with plenty of sunshine and highs in the low 50s for most, but today will be quite the opposite. Look for rain to turn to snow this morning in the 6 to 10 a.m. time frame, lasting into late morning or early afternoon, and it could be moderate to maybe heavy at times for a brief period of 1 or 2 hours, but overall totals of up to 2 inches for accumulations are expected, though there is an outside shot at 3 inches or so in spots, but temps will be falling throughout the day as colder air moves in, and it'll likely be in the upper 20s to around 32 by the PM commute. So it could be slippery out there for both the AM and PM commutes, with a definite chance school schedules could be impacted by being delayed or outright canceled. Then it gets really cold overnight with lows 10 to 18 degrees as highs only reach the mid or upper 20s tomorrow. And while it doesn't look like the Annapolis region will get a sizable snowstorm Friday night into Saturday, there's still a definite chance of low-end snowfall in maybe the 1 to 2 or 3 inch range as low pressure moves off the Carolina coast, potentially bringing 3 to 6 inches or more to places like southern Maryland, the lower Maryland eastern shore, and places like Ocean City and Chincoteague, Virginia, southward toward Norfolk. And the cold will then be here to stay, with high temps possibly not getting out of the 30s until mid or late week next week. So bundle up, stay warm, and stay tuned for updates today and every day moving forward as winter continues to announce its presence with authority after being non-existent in December. And then remember, starting off 2022 with 2 days in the upper 50s to mid 60s. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, as well as through our website at dcmdvaweather.info. And definitely download our app, DCMDVA Weather, from the Apple or Google App Stores, so you can always stay weather informed.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt of the Kristi Neidhardt Team from Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company.
One of the most common questions we get: how do I maximize the value of my home before I sell it? It's a great question. We look at improvements like investments. what is the rate of return? For example, if we invest $5,000 in painting kitchen cabinets and installing granite, how much more will our home sell for? The answer? About $25,000 more. That's a 500% return on investment. Because of returns like this, we have started a program called Investing in You. We know cash is often tight when you're making a move, and we are here to help. We will front you up to $15,000 to invest in refreshing your home before you list it, with the agreement to be paid back once your home settles. Call us today so we can help you maximize your home's value.
That's another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt. To get in touch, call 410-599-1370 or visit kn-team.com. That's kn-team.com.
Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Maker Minutes, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. At Wolf on the Wharf in Edgewater, their Paint a Pet contest that started around Christmas is wrapping up. You have until January 31st to submit a painting of your pet or a shelter pet. This contest is to raise awareness for homeless animals. Also, on Saturday, check out their UV Paint Your Pet social, creating an awesome neon painting of your pet while socializing with friends. At Knits and Pieces off of Bestgate Road, on Saturday there's Learn to Knit, one of their January-February sessions. On Sunday, Learn to Knit Socks starts, the first of 3 sessions. And on Monday there's Shawl Knitting, the second of 2 sessions. And registration is still open for their Toft Crochet Animals, Knit a Vest, and Learn to Knit a Gambit Cardi Sweater workshop. Tomorrow, the Creative and Performing Arts of South County has another one of their art nights for ages 11 and up, with art nights for ages 7 through 10 starting in February. At Art Farm in Annapolis, the winter semester is in full swing. Starting this week, there's teen photography tomorrow, beginner painting for kids on Saturday, Make It Kids Winter Slime Workshop also on Saturday, and continuing this week, on Monday there's Kids Fundamentals of Drawing, as well as nude figure drawing. And concluding this week, on Tuesday there's the virtual beginner drawing class, but registration is open for their other winter semester classes starting in January and February and running through March. Classes such as graphic design, 3D sculpture, botanical drawing, Make It Kids watercolor, and winter landscape workshops. Also be sure to check out their first exposure digital photography workshop on Tuesday. At the Benjamin Banneker Museum and Park in Ellicott City, on Saturday as well as Wednesday, they're doing another Nature Tots, with seasonal hands-on activities, stories, crafts, and games for ages 2 through 5. On Saturday, they're doing a basket-making workshop, where you can create your own wine basket, big enough for a couple of bottles or a bottle and a baguette. And then on Sunday, they have a Nature Quest winter hike. At the Anne Arundel County Public Library System this week, today, Edgewater is doing a family STEM night. Saturday, Maryland City is doing Explore Animal Skulls with a Ranger. As well as on Saturday, there's an online workshop called Cirque Science to Go, Making a Marsh. On Monday, Odenton has a stencil party, as well as doing Microsoft Excel. Then on Wednesday, the Edgewater Library is doing Recycled Painting Night. At Unallocated Space in Severn, tonight they're doing another virtual happy hour. Tomorrow there's a virtual amateur radio night. And then on Monday they have another project night. And at Annapolis Makerspace this week, on Tuesday is our monthly general meeting, both virtual and in person, for anyone who wants to check out the shop. If you have any questions about the Annapolis Makerspace, the Maker Minutes, or any of these events, feel free to contact me at trevor@makeannapolis.org. And you can find links to all of these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website, also at makeannapolis.org. And whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. With all the talk of energy resilience in the news recently, I'm surprised there's not more talk about solar plus batteries, especially since 1/3 of all of our new residential solar projects include a battery backup system that provides instant energy security and peace of mind. And with incentives in place for battery backup, this investment is now more affordable than ever. With financing rates as low as 0.99% and plans offering 18 months same as cash, it's now easier than ever to go solar with no money down. Financing creates an easy bill swap scenario where you replace your electric bill with a loan payment, allowing you to build equity in your own personal energy supply. Don't wait for your next power outage to act. Contact us today at 410-923-6090 or visit us at solarsaves.net to learn more about solar with battery backup. Don't wait another minute. Sunshine's are wasted.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.